students, we are discussing solutions to Nata 2025 paper. Let us see the question. So they say, find the area of the shaded region. Now if you look correctly at the figure, if I need the area of the shaded region, somehow if I could figure out the area of triangle ABC and then check 1/3 of it, my question is done. Okay. So what would be the base BC equal to? Now if you check at the bottom, the entire side is equal to 30 and this C is the midpoint, right? So what would be length BC equal to? Length BC would be 30 divided by 2, which is equal to 50. Now if I try to find area of triangle ABC, what would be area of triangle ABC? It would be half into base into height. So half into BC into AB. I have length AB with me, right? Half BC is 15, AB visually I can see is 15. Now the required area which is there, that means of, let's say this is O, that is triangle AOC, would basically be 1/3 of the area of triangle ABC. So the required area would be equal to 1/3 of this entire bracket, half of 15 into 15, which comes out to be how much? Let's see, 3 1s are 3 5s are, which is 15 5s are 75 by 2, which comes out to be 37.5. That's our option E. A very easy question to do. I hope you have understood. Thank you.
Hello students. So let's do this question of Nata 2025 paper, which is saying find the correct elevation of the figure shown on the left. So there is a figure shown on the left and you have to find out which one is the correct elevation for this figure from this side. So if you mark this as separate color, so it will be something like this. Now the elevation, if you see, it will be something like this, right? So you will be seeing this face, this one like this, because you're seeing from front, so you will be seeing only this green face and only this yellow face. So if you match, you will see that you will not find this one. This is nothing here. So A is wrong. B is exactly like this, so B will be correct. And here if you see, again there is no line, we cannot see this line, so this is also wrong. And again this is continuous, whereas we can see here this part, so this is also wrong. So that means the correct answer will be option B.
Hello students, we are discussing solutions to Nata 2025 paper. This is a question of finding differences. So let us see the question. Two similar figures are given, find the differences. So you do what? You observe both the figures correctly. What you can do is better, you divide your entire figure into sections and scan it either horizontally or vertically, so you don't miss out onto the differences between the figures. So if you go correctly, if I say, split the figures horizontally in 3 parts. So along this first line, if I see this, correct? The fence part missing, right? As I move forward, you can see the length of the bow of the girl's dress that has increased. So that's our second difference. And simultaneously, if I go forward, I don't find anything. Okay, so far I have 2 differences. Then is this middle section, is there anything changing? No. Then when I go to the bottom section, you can see the socks that is missing. So totally how many differences do I have in this particular figure? The total number of differences are 3. A very easy question, but yes, be vigilant and scan the images properly. That's the question. Thank you.
Hello everyone. So let's do this another question of Nata 2025 paper. Here it is saying count the number of surfaces of the figure shown below. So see, this is NCQ type question, no choice question. That means there will be no option given. Either you have to answer in number or as whatever format they have asked. So here the answer will be a number because they have asked the number of surfaces. So let's start counting. To make it easy, I have created a model so that you can easily count the number of surfaces, but obviously in exam you have to count based on this figure only. So let us start. It is, if you see, this is 1, 2, 3, this 1, 2, 3, then 4, 5, 6, 7, then this one is 8 and this one is 9, then this back is 10, then this one is 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and there is one more surface here, 16. So total number of surfaces will be 16, and here you have to write the answer as 16.
Hello students, we are discussing solutions to Nata 2025 paper. What does the question says? All dimension sizes given in the layout of the diagram are layout of the garden are in multiples of 5. Garden comprises of 4 green lawn, 4 flower bed and paving all around the element. What is the difference in the total area of the green lawn and the total area of the pavement of the garden? Okay, so basically all we need to do is to find the area of the flower beds and the area of the green patch, that means the green lawn that they have given in the figure. Now one thing that they have noted is the gap or the dimensions which are there in between, they are in multiples of 5. So this means this gap that you see, this is 5, or I would say this gap which is there, this is also 5, or probably this is also 5 units. Okay, so based on that, if we try to make a figure, the figure is going to look like this. Okay, so now with reference to this figure, if I try to focus and find the area of the flower bed. So if I go with the flower bed 1, okay, so what is the dimension? This is 10, and this length if I go with, this is again 10, correct? So this would be 20. So what is the area here? It would be 10 into 20, correct? And how many such flower beds are there? There are 2. This is 1 and this is the second one. So flower bed 1 plus flower bed 3. If I try to get the area together, it's gonna be how much? It would be 200 into 2, which is equal to 400. Likewise, if I try to go with flower bed 2 and 4, they are again similar. They are basically squares, which would be again 2 into 225. What? 15 square. This is 15 units, right? This is 15. So 15 square is 225, which gives me a total of 450. So I found out the total area of the flower bed, which is equal to how much? 400 plus 450, which would be giving me 850 as the answer. Right? This is the area of the flower beds. Now if we try for the lawn. Now lawn number 1 and 3, they are similar, right? So if we try to figure the area out. So for lawn number, let's say 1 plus lawn 3. How do I get? Now entirely the outer structure that you see, it is a square, right? So what is the area of the square? It would be side square. So 30 into 30, and from that I will have to subtract the area of the flower bed, right? So what is the area of the flower bed? It's 10 into 20. So how much does it give us? 2. 30 into 30, that would give me 900, and this will give me 200. So 9 minus 2 is 700. 700 into 2, this will give me 1400 as the area of lawn 1 and 3. Now likewise, let us try to figure out the area of lawn 2 and lawn 3. Now again, the outer section that you see, it's a square, right? So the same thing will carry forward, 30 into 30. Minus now for the internal section, if you check, this is of 5, right? So 15 plus 5, that will give me 20, and it will actually form a square of 20 by 20, right? So area would be 20 into 20. So how much does this come out to be? 2 into, this is 900 minus 400. So 9 minus 4, that would give me 5. That means a total area of 1000. So for the lawn, what is the total area? This 1400 plus this 1000. So that is giving me a total of 2400. So 2400 is the lawn area and 850 is the flower bed area. We need the difference of these two. So what would be our final answer? It would be 2400 minus 850, which gives us how much? 0. Then this is 5, and this would give me a 5 and 1. So option A, 1550, that would be the correct answer to the question. I hope you have understood the question. Thank you.
Hello everyone. So let's do another question of Nata 2025 paper, which is saying identify the correct 3D figure from the answer figure which has the plan as given in the problem figure. What does it mean? That out of these 4 options, these 3D figures, we have to identify which one has same plan as this question or problem figure. So let's try to identify. This figure will have a plan which will be something of this shape and like C and inverted C, something like this. So if you see in option A, this part is very small. If you say this is looking bigger, so that means this is correct. This part is more and this is less, so this looks incorrect. Here if you see, it's exactly looks like matches with the plan of this problem figure. Here when you see this part, there is a gap. You can see this part here also, this part which is not there here. So this is incorrect. Here if you see from top, you will not be seeing these two shapes. You will be seeing only like this one part, this part and this part. So which will not match with this plan, right? So it looks like B will be the correct answer. Now let us see the 3D view model also. It is something like this. These are the four options. When you see from top, you can see that only option B matches. See, this is the part which is like this, which is there in option B. In all other option, it is not matching. So here the correct answer will be option B.
Hello students, we are discussing solutions to Nata 2025 paper. Let's check what the question says. Find the area of the shaded region of the shown semicircle. So if you see the unshaded region, they have given you the angle, right? So we have area of sector formula. What is that? Area of sector, which is equal to theta by 360 into pi r square. Right? Now theta is the angle. So we need to find for the the shaded region, right? Now the unshaded region, the angle is 90. So for the shaded region, what would be the angle? The total angle is definitely 180 for a semicircle, right? So 180 minus 90, the required angle is how much? 90. So all you do is use this 90 degree in the formula and get your answer. So how much does it come out to be? 90 by 360. The value of pi is 22 by 7. And the radius that is given, the diameter is given to be 14, the radius is 7. So 7 into 7. 7 and 7 goes off, then 9 ones are, 9 fours are, 2 twos are and 2 11s are. So that gives me 77 upon 2, which comes out to be 38.5. That is option C. I hope the question is clear. It's a very simple question. Thank you everyone.
Hello students. So let's do this question from Nata 2025 paper, which is from direction sense. This question is saying a man is standing at point A facing east. He turns 60 degree clockwise, anti-clockwise and walks 30 km to point B. Then turns 120 degree clockwise and walks 30 km to point C. How far is he now from point A? To make it easy, let us draw a diagram for it. So this person is at point A. And then he is facing east. East is this side, so he is facing east. Now he turns 60 degree anti-clockwise. Anti-clockwise is in this direction, so that means he turned in this direction now and walks 30 km to point B. So in this direction he walks for 30 km. So now he is at point B and facing in this direction. Then turns 120 degree clockwise. So 120 degree clockwise is in this direction. So this is 120 degree and walks 30 km to point C. So now, one more thing, this is 120 degree, that means this will be 60 degree, right? Because this is a straight line and it is of 180 degree. So that means he has turned 60 degree in this direction if you compare with this line. So see, he turned and walked 30 km to point C. So point C is here. Now question is, how far is he now from point A? So you have to find out the distance from here to here. So you can easily see this is an equilateral triangle because this is 60 degree, this is also 60 degree. So the remaining will also be 60 degree. That means this is an equilateral triangle. So if this is 30, this is 30, so this will also be 30 km. That means this point C, he is at C, so is 30 km from point A. So that is what the question is asked. How far is he from point A? So he is 30 km far from point A. So option will be, correct answer will be option C.
Hello students, welcome to SILICA Nata 2025 video solution. Today we'll learn Nata 2025 part B MCQ questions. So the question which is about count the number of surface of the given 3D object. So students, here you have a 3D object or a 3D form, and from that 3D object and 3D form you have to count the number of surfaces for the given 3D object. You have options, 4 options, and you have to choose the correct answer. Okay, so let's solve the question. So for this particular 3D object, you can see, firstly we have to consider the top horizontal picture plane. Right? So firstly we have to count top horizontal surfaces of the given 3D object. So yes, we can see the yellow one, 1, 2 and 3. These 3 surfaces are the top horizontal surface, while we are talking about the side vertical surface, right? So we can see at left hand side it's demarcated by green color. So those are the another 3 surfaces, and at the left side we can see the purple one, which is another 3. So total we have 9 surfaces which we can see on a front side. But yes, we have to again consider the back side one as well, right? So bottom surface is the one, and other 2 surfaces demarcated by the yellow, orange and blue color. So those 3 surfaces are the backside one which we can't see, right? So total 9 plus 3, 12. So your correct answer is B, 12. So here the question which is about MCQ question, find the elevation. 3D visualization question, find the elevation. So here you have a 3D object and they are giving to you a arrow. From that arrow, how it looks, that is about the find the elevation type of question, right? So here you can see this 3D object, right? So yes, for this the basic method which is about the surface, you have to identify the surface and then you have to choose the correct answer. Okay, so here you can see, if we are looking it from the left side direction, the front surface, which is left side vertical surface, which is demarcated by yellow color. So firstly we can see that yellow color triangle, and after that we can see at back side green color triangle, right? So yes, in the options which you can see, in the options you can see this option is wrong, right? Because edge to edge they are connected, right? That's why option A is wrong. In option B, there is one another surfaces which is there, which we can't see in the 3D object. Okay, option C is correct answer because you can see both the edges are meet at those points, and option D is wrong because of the opposite direction. Again, edges are not connected with each other, right? So your correct answer is option C.